few more minutes. I think the question was whether the environment has become so sexualized that people are not able to function.
I mentioned when I was the deputy and chief of staff at the Naval Intelligence Command, I had about 400 military and about 1,100 civilians and contractors. The civilians, I had several openly gay civilians. We all worked together. Everybody was judged on their performance and their ability, and there was no problem at all.
Thank you. We've come to the end of the hearing, and I really appreciate all of you here, sincerely. And for all of you who have served our country so admirably, thank you very much. We appreciate that. And certainly the work that you've all come in, and I know Ms. Donald, you've spent years looking at this issue, and we appreciate that effort as well. You know, I sat at the service this afternoon commemorating the 60th anniversary of the integration of the troops. And even though I know people would perhaps critique the idea of whether this is the same situation that we're talking about, and I happen to think it is a very important right that we're talking about, I couldn't help but just change some of the words that were being stated about how important it is for us to have equal treatment under the law. And I know that everybody who was there felt the same way. I have been concerned by some of the discussion because there's been a sense that somehow if this policy is changed, we'll be in an atmosphere where anything goes. And I question that wholeheartedly. I think we do have laws and policies in this country that demand that people act appropriately. They don't always. We know that. We're realistic. And yet, we need to be certain that we develop the leaders who are able to hold people accountable. And I think that's also what this has been about. And so we look to more conversations. As we said quite publicly, this is starting a conversation. It's a conversation that hasn't been held for a lot of years. It's a different time. We are in the middle of two wars, and I totally appreciate your concerns, Sergeant Major, that maybe this isn't the best time, but I think you have to ask when is the best time. And is this not the best time because we have men and women today who are on 3 and 4 and 5 deployments who don't even know their children anymore? That's wrong. And this won't solve that problem. But when you have men and women who want so badly to serve and to serve openly and honestly, then I think we have to at least listen to what that change in policy could bring about. So we know this is the beginning of the conversation. We know that hopefully there'll be other hearings. We absolutely want the Department of Defense to be here. I would hope that they would help us out with the operational issues as they see them or don't see them, but that we can have those conversations in the future too. I thank you very much for being here. And I thank the audience also for your demeanor. Thank you very much.